Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, it's been a stormy one across western and northern portions of Acadiana. Some very heavy rainfall, 3 to 5 inches of rain or more has fallen in a few spots, and more on the way, another 2 to 4 in areas that don't need the rainfall. Meanwhile, the rest of us haven't seen much, but it will be moving eastward eventually. So let's get to it and show you what's going on. Looking at the big weather picture first off at the water vapor imagery, we have two upper level lows, one that's swinging through Mexico right now. That's energizing the subtropical jet stream over our part of the world. Another upper level low that's coming out of the Rockies that will move across the area tomorrow. So we got the 1-2 punch. That means overcast skies staying with us, but the good news is sunshine will return for the weekend. Locally across the area, you can see the rain and storms. Western sections of Acadiana, northwestern part of the state, flood watch in effect for Mississippi. Surprised we don't have any flood watches here locally, but we've had some flood warnings as well, and still the slight risk of severe storms per the Storm Prediction Center earlier today. Still with a slight risk of storms that could produce about 15% chance of damaging winds, and there's about a 5% risk of an isolated tornado or two, and that's going to be along this frontal boundary. We haven't seen what we call discrete loner cells, but you can see the storms have been quite strong across western portions of Acadiana, and we'll be watching this line very closely and any cells that may get going out ahead of it. But as we lose the daytime heating, we're going to be concentrating on this line right here. Locally right now, still a flash flood warning in effect for portions of Evangeline back through Ville Platte, northwestern St. Landry and Avoyelles Parish, and points to the north and east for later, but this one goes till 6:45. 3 to 5 inches of rain has fallen in this spot, and you can see more on and off rainfall, so localized street flooding, yard flooding as well. Hopefully nothing more than that. We've been relatively dry. That's why the National Weather Service hasn't issued a flood watch for the area, but notice still some very heavy storms across Evangeline Parish from Chico State Park, more on the way for Ville Platte, and then you can see the storms with a lot of cloud to ground lightning showing up down through Allen and into Jeff Davis Parish. And when we have a lot of positive strokes, you can see very intense rainfall here. I got to check this out right now because we are looking at maybe the possibility of hail. I'm not sure about that. Yeah, a little hail showing up perhaps. We'll take a look at the storm tracking as well because that might reveal a little bit more. Just big raindrops right now, but you can see as we come back into this area where we have the magenta here, there are some pretty strong storms across central portions of Jeff Davis Parish, north of the Welsh area. This is an area I will continue to monitor. And one more quick look. Always have to look at velocity too, just in case. Here's the velocity, and this is the area we're looking at. Not seeing a whole lot. Maybe that little pinhole right there indicating a little rotation, but nothing that's overt at this time. More heavy-duty rainfall down across portions of Cameron Parish as well. This is all spreading off to the east, and as we get rid of this, hopefully, there we go, we'll open it on up and show you that line of storms goes all the way out into the Gulf of Mexico. So it's going to be a while before this pushes eastward and more showers and storms back to the west. So here's predictive radar indicating active storms finally reaching Lafayette at 7 o'clock tonight, but I think predictive radar models have actually been underdoing the showers and storms and backed off on the heavy rainfall totals, but we have some pretty hefty rainfall totals, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Still on and off activity. The severe weather threat will end with this line here, but we'll be watching the storms through the overnight hours for the possibility of flooding. You can see midnight, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, still some locally heavy storms across the area. So we got one front pushing on through. We're going to have lingering activity through daybreak tomorrow, then a mostly cloudy day, maybe a few showers in the morning, maybe a few breaks midday, but I think we'll see some fog as well. Secondary front pushes on through for tomorrow night with still the risk of scattered showers, then cooler, drier air moving in tomorrow night, and a nice sunny weekend on tap for Acadiana with temperatures cooling off. Additional rainfall is going to be heaviest across the northern portions of Acadiana. I'd double these numbers right here. So we'll say 2 to 4. This area red here is showing 3. That could be up to 5 to 6. Elsewhere, most of us get about 1 to 2. That's the short range high resolution model. And here's the latest RPM model. Anywhere between 1 to 3 most spots, but this is the area that we'll watch most closely as we head into the overnight hours. So tomorrow, though, rain chances dropping down, temperatures holding staying in the 60s. Southerly winds returning, so the humidity's up, and boy, did it come up today. Good looking weekend ahead. This is what we like. Another front on the way Tuesday. That'll bring us down into the 30s for Wednesday morning, and then the next real weather maker for Acadiana looks to get here sometime Friday, maybe Friday late. We'll get the timing hammered out on that, so since it's more than a week away. But in the near term, be on the lookout for storms. We'll be doing Doppler updates and updating on the air if necessary. But right now, knock on wood, no severe weather watches nor warnings, and that's the good news. But heavy rainfall is still a threat for the next several hours.
All righty, thank you, Rob.